very good morning to everybody, and welcome to the Side Talk number 4 on the topic of travel with nose and ears, how scent and sound can enhance your incentive program design. My name is Ravi, and I'm the Vice President for Events and Education for Side Thailand. I am also the Director of Sales and Marketing of the Avani Plus in Hua Hin as well. On today's topic is one of very interesting topics because scent and sound are so powerful, and at times we forget that these things can be part of a incentive experience. We all tend to forget that sight and sound plays a very important role in the whole process of designing a program. Before we meet our panelists today, I wanted to introduce Kun Max, who just wants to say a few words. Here is Kun Max Chantasuwan Buntawi, Site President for Thailand.
Good morning everyone and welcome to Thai Talk number 4. What a wonderful background, right? And we have also a special soundtrack, Sounds of the Wave for you. As today's topic is very special, that I would like all the incentive travel professionals to take away as much as you can, because this is something that you can do as an enhancement to your incentive travel program design. I would like to thank you, the two speakers, Kun Chalida and also Kun Rapide, for joining and making this Side Talk number 4 so special. And Kun Ravi, of course, our Vice President, as the moderator today. This activity cannot be arranged without the support of Tika as well as TSET, who brought us together all the activity for Side Thailand. So thank you so much to both organizations for making this webinar happen. Please follow us on Facebook and Instagram if you like to know the movement of Side Thailand, and enjoy today's session, everyone, and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
All right, thanks very much, Kun Max. Before we meet the two panelists for today, we just wanted to do a quick poll to understand your knowledge on scent and sound. Team, can we bring up the first poll, please? The first poll is, when you create an event or an incentive program, do you consider the client's all 5 senses? And here are your options. Please choose one. So while the poll is happening, I would like to introduce you to our two panelists for today. The first panelist is Kun Chalida or Kun Koi, who is a scent designer from the Nose Story. Our second panelist is Kun Rapide. He's a sound designer from 28 Production, or his nickname is also Kun Win. So Kun Koi and Kun Win are part of our panelists today on the topic of these So I would like to start off. Before we get to Kun Koi, can we get the results of the first poll, please? So the first poll, we can see that 63% says that you always prefer the client to enjoy the entire experience. And 13% says that I choose the place and suppliers, it's their job to take care of the details. So quite interesting comments over there. Now can we go ahead on poll number 2? So poll number 2 is, what do you think about scent design? So we will come back to the results of this poll after our conversation with Kun Koi. So please welcome Kun Chalida, scent designer from Nose Story.
Good morning everyone. สวัสดีค่ะ Good morning คุณ Ravi.
Good morning, Kap. Can you please tell us a bit about yourself and what you do as well?
Okay. Hi, I'm a scent designer. My name is Chalida Kunarai. So I've been in this job for quite a while already. So I don't know. I don't want to mention how many years. Otherwise, you can calculate my age. Okay. So I've been doing my job, doing this kind of scent design for quite a while. Basically for the consumer products. And also lately I have started my page of No Story, doing the design of the scent for the products, for the ambience, for the experience, sometimes for education, for art, actually for many things, because the more and more I work in this scent design, I see that the power of the scent is huge, and I'm just crazy about it. That's me. Thank you.
Very nice. All right, Khun Koi, how can a particular smell make you recall a memory of a certain place? And what's the relationship between scent and emotions in your experience?
Okay, I think that if you, this is a very prompt question for me. So the first thing that came to my mind with this question is, to me, it's the scent of when I get into the temple, the scent of jasmine, that is when the jasmine for me, the jasmine flower for me is very powerful, because that is, for me, this is something that it reminds me my mother. Because as you know, the jasmine is the symbol of our Mother's Day in Thailand. So I just miss my mother when I smell the jasmine flower. That comes to my mind very powerfully.
So basically, you also say that scent can also recreate a lot of memories. It could be like a scent could relate to very good memories that you have in the past or in the present, and it helps to bring out those emotions as well, correct?
Exactly. When scent comes to I think for everyone, this is very special. And if I may say that, among all 5 senses of human, the sense of smelling is the unstoppable sense. Why I'm saying this? Because when you don't want to see, you just close your eyes, you cover your ears, you close your mouth, or you refrain from touch. Then you stop doing things. But for sense of smell, you cannot stop, because if you stop, that means you stop breathing. Right? So that means we die. So this is the only sense of human being that we cannot stop. And it is the only sense that travels through the center of memory and emotion in our brain. So that's why when we smell something, it's not just about the memory that comes to us, but also the emotion. Right? For example, I always say about when you just look at the picture of your ex, like when you look at him or her, you remember what have you experienced together, have good memory or bad memory. But suddenly when you get some kind of the smell, the scent of his or her perfume, then the emotion comes, like no matter it's good or bad memory about that person, This is something that I would say that scent plays a big role in our memory, moods, and emotions.
Very, very interesting. Before I ask you the next questions, everybody who is on this call, you can ask questions at any time. Please type your questions in the questions box, and we will get both Khun Koi and Khun Win to answer them as well. Thank you. Khun Koi, I want to ask you, how can hotels or event organizers incorporate the essence and the experience of smell when we do a travel program?
Okay. I think for me, I am very passionate about the fragrance and travel. Because first of all, I do it myself as well, because I love traveling. And when I do travel, no matter it's in Thailand or anywhere else in the world, the first thing that I do, apart from prepare all my stuff, my clothes, I prepare and by purpose that I pick up the special perfume, the bottle of the perfume, or otherwise, if I need to go to the airport, I may pick the new one from the airport. And I use that certain perfume, that bottle of perfume, and I use that bottle throughout my trip. Why I'm doing this? Because I believe that is a way that I can record my memory, my emotions about my trip. So I do it always when I do my trip. So when I come back, and anytime when I just look at my pictures, for example, I go to Chiang Mai, or I go to India, or I go to anywhere, I remember what I see, but when I smell, because I use that perfume for that specific trip, you know what, then it comes to me, everything is just flooding into me that, that's the trip when I went to Morocco, and then it's all the smell of spice, and you know, all this just comes to me.
Yep.
And it's very vivid to record the memory and the experience for that. So I believe this is one thing that we can do in terms of doing the trip as well. For example, if we are the organizer, for example, and we are organizing one trip, and probably we already have that kind of message or storytelling, or the story that we would like to take throughout the trip, then we can create a special scent. We decide a scent to just give that concept, I would say, and give it as a gift to the participants or our tourists, for example. I think that's the first thing I would like to share. Then the second thing, which to me I am very happy that I did earlier, because this is what I call scent walking. It's a scent walk. So it's a way that it's my experimental program, or something that I would like to see how I can get the scent into the traveling. So I did that scent walk. I got a chance to do it with another friend of mine who is a historian. So we did together by having this kind of walking trip in the center of Bangkok, which is the Chinatown. Yaowarat, in Bangkok, I think everyone knows about it. So it's Chinatown. So the main point of that Chinatown that we are doing through Scent Walk is that because in that area, we know there are lots of histories in terms of stories, a lot of things. And one of the big things is that it's the mixture of the three cultures that we have in Bangkok. Thai culture, Chinese culture, and Indian cultures. So we organize this trip through scent by using the scent to tell the story, starting from the Chinese temple to the area where is the market. Yaowarat is very well known about food as well. So we're talking about the area, the market with the scent, because we ask the people to smell, and then we relate or connect with the story of that special. Or we go to the Indian town or Chinatown with all the spices market, even the smell of dry fish, for example, and we can tell the story of it. I think that's the second thing, because sometimes, especially during the COVID-19, we can travel by visual, for example, through internet, But one thing that if we add another dimension to our trip or our tour by adding the scent, it is going to be another experience that we add in, so it becomes more holistic. And we can link together the scent, the sound, the sight, the touch, the taste. That's how I see it. And if you may give me the last one that I would like to share with the team, is that when we all know that for hotels, for restaurants, or even in spa, we have the fragrance or scent that designed for the special place to make the ambience unique, or to give the character to the place. I think we are doing quite well so far. However, just only one thing that I would like to just share with the team is that probably if we work in a more holistic, that we work with the sound designer, we work with the designer for visual, for everything, and we get everything linked together, sync together, that would give the holistic experience. In one go, in one place. That's how I see it.
No, I think you brought up some really interesting things here. Like, I really got interested in the whole walk that you had through Chinatown and Yaowarat, and I could imagine like doing the whole walk with the smell and all, because like when people think about food as well, like the first thing that you would do is the smell. Like if the food smells good, you want to eat it, right? Because I think that's the whole experience. And when your senses are heightened, you get even more hungry. Like you want to eat more as well.
Exactly. Yes.
Right? Like I think it's also what you said. Like I think everybody tends to relate like the sound and scent more with spa because okay, you go to a spa, you expect to have that lemongrass smell, the soft music. A lot of people tend to forget that we can bring these experience into a incentive program or a tour program or experience of being, you know, in an environment as well. It doesn't have to be just to a spa, you know, like it's how you can bring these memories into certain places as well.
Yes, yeah, I do agree. And also we can create the message for that special trip as well. Yeah.
Correct. And I think that's very interesting. I think we'll come back more to discussions with you in a little bit. But right now, let's go to Kun Win, our sound designer. สวัสดีครับคุณวิน
Unmuted. Hello, hi.
Hi, how are you? Good.
Hi. I'm fine. Good morning.
Wonderful. Good morning. Kun Win, can you just tell us a bit about yourself?
Right. So my name is Win Rapidage, and I'm the director of 28 Production, and we are a music production company based in Bangkok, Thailand, right? And we are specializing in doing orchestral and contemporary music production for films, for commercials, live events, and for theater as well.